Morning. I have a few housekeeping matters to take care of before we get to the lesson for today. I'm going to teach you how to prime your brain for what you value and choose, and how to maximize this law of nature that what you focus on you become, or what you focus on grows. But first it's my second day of the whole 100 challenge. Someone told me that this is backwards, and it's still going to be backwards. But I guess the point is that I am going to mark it off. It feels good to mark things off. I don't know why, but that's just something that's true. So 5 a.m. I woke up today. I got to tell you, I did not want to. It's only day 2 of challenging myself. And this morning I was like, I had a bunch of excuses running in my head, but I thought of you guys, and I thought of my commitment to something bigger than myself. And that is a little secret, an open secret that a lot of you probably already know, but a reminder that when we commit to something bigger than ourselves, it's a lot easier to follow through. And when we commit to service and contribution, it's a lot easier to follow through. Yeah, so I did the meditation, I exercised, I did my dry brushing and my cold shower, and I'm about to talk to you about the Jolka virtue for the day. And I just made a marker mark on my bed sheet that I'm sitting on. So whoops. Okay, so looking at my notes here, we're going to talk about the virtue for the day for the whole 100 challenge. If you're not involved in that, you might want to get involved. Check it out on the group page. Another housekeeping item is this Friday at 12 o'clock, I'm going to do a live video, and the fancy title is called The Origin of Disease and the Mechanics of Thriving. But the subtext of that is the real story behind anxiety, depression, and anger, and a bunch of other things. But the number one feedback that I get from people when I teach them this lesson that I'm going to teach you guys on Friday, the number one feedback that I get from clients is, oh my God, I've never heard anything like this, and thank you, because there's actually something that I can do about this. I don't just have to talk about my problems and kind of feel not so much better. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on Friday. Friday at 12, the video will rerun, but you might want to check it out. If you have questions before or after, as always, post them. Direct message me if you want that to be private. That's no problem too. I'll answer your question anonymously. Okay? So, today's topic, priming the brain. Okay? We're doing this exercise every day in this group where we talk about focusing on a different virtue for the day. And what we focus on, we become. What we focus on grows. These are laws of nature that we talk about on a regular basis. Now, I'm going to give you a little example. So yesterday it was joy, and the color is yellow and gold. Today it's sky blue, and the color and the virtue is opening. Well, what does that mean to be open? It means to be saying yes to life. It means to be willing. It means to be expansive. It means to be taking a chance. It means to be open to feeling difficult things, or willing to kind of lean into it or breathe into it a little bit. And so that's openness, among other things. And so today's virtue for the day is opening. And so I want to prime my brain. But let's do a little exercise first. Just take a moment and look around your room. Please do. Look around the room and just look randomly. Just look around the room. Just let your eyes make contact with the objects in the room. Anything that you see, anything you notice. Just take a second. Now, white, the color white. Now look around the room again. The color white. White. Keep looking around the room. How much more white did you notice than you just noticed 1 minute ago? I bet you noticed a bunch of things that are white, and I bet as I'm talking about this to you now, and as you're understanding the instructions, more things that are white are popping out at you. The white in little places. The white is now popping out at you because you primed your brain for white. Okay? So, This is just the way the nervous system works. So what I'm encouraging us all to do is prime our brain for virtues. And when we associate those virtues with color, we link those two things up. And we remember every single time I see sky blue today, or any blue for that matter, I'm going to think of openness. Because if I see a deeper blue, I can think of the openness of the sea. If I see a lighter blue, I can see the openness of the sky. So openness. So priming your brain to the virtue that you value and choose, that you want to live more of. Because the more you notice it, the more you will feel it. The more you feel it, the more you experience it. The more you experience it, the more you express it. The more you express it, the more it returns back to you. The more it returns back to you, the more it confirms what you're experiencing. And so, again, we're trying to get these kind of laws of nature working on our behalf. They're working all the time, whether we know it or not, whether we like it or not. These are for better or worse principles, and I don't want to harp too much on the worst part. But when we are priming our brain for, oh no, with worry, what am I going to do? Well, then we're going to notice all the things that we need to be worried about, right? And so we're going to notice all the things that are dangerous, all the things that are negative. When we prime our brain, you know, the media is brilliant at doing this for us, and everyone is vying for our attention. This is the truth. Everyone is vying for your attention. Even me right now, I'm vying for your attention. But hopefully I'm vying for your attention in a way that will benefit and serve you. But there are lots of influences out there that are vying for your attention. The news, social media, you know, yada, yada, yada. It goes on and on. I don't want to be one of those people that just harps on all that stuff too. But there are lots of things vying for your attention. And the number one superpower that human beings have is the ability to direct our attention. There is enough evidence in the universe to prove anything. There is enough evidence in the universe to prove anything. What do you decide you want to prove? What do you decide do you want to prime yourself for? What do you decide that you want to experience for? That is truly your superpower. The ability to manage and direct your attention and focus on what you value and choose. Okay? So, another thing that I'm going to add to this, okay? And this is how we get our whole brain involved in change. Our whole brain. So when I think about this value, when I think and I ask myself questions like, what would it be like to be more open? How could it be more open today? I wonder what it would be like to feel more open. I wonder what the benefits in my life would be like. I'm asking myself open-ended questions. That's going to light up the prefrontal cortex, particularly the left brain. Then when I visualize or when I imagine what that might be like, I'm going to have associated images. Oh, what might it be like to be open? Or how might that influence others? Or what might it be like to just picture the clear blue sky or the deep vast ocean that's open? Then I'm lighting up the right part of my brain, left brain, right brain. When I feel the emotions associated with that, peace, relaxation, softness. When I feel that, now I'm getting into the limbic brain or the mid part of the brain, left brain, right brain, midbrain. When that starts to regulate my breath and I start to feel the sensations in my body and I start to unwind and relax and soften, now I'm getting into the base of my brain, the instinctual part of the brain, the reptilian brain. And this is how I get whole brain change, okay? Thought words, images, emotions, sensations, and breathing, okay? Get your whole brain involved and you'll get much more quicker results. That's called being coherent or being congruent. It's like a laser is very focused, it's very congruent, and so it has tremendous power, whereas a light bulb is very diffuse. It's still warm, but it's not as intense. A laser is very focused and has tremendous power. When we get our whole brain involved, left brain, right brain, midbrain, brainstem, thought words, images, emotions, sensations, and breathing, then we are like a laser, and we get quicker results. But do also notice that when you are upset, you are very coherent too. Oh, that fucking bitch. Pardon my language, sorry, Mom. And then you're seeing images of like, can't believe she did that. Maybe I now have an image of hair pulling. I don't know why. And then I'm feeling angry. And then I'm breathing fast, and my whole brain is involved in that. That's very congruent. That creates a very powerful result. So, for better or for worse, yeah, my mom is shocked, I know. Mom, you have a potty mouth too. It's okay. I love you. All right. So that's it. I think that's my notes for today. Whole brain, openness, virtue for the day, openness, color sky blue or deep blue of the ocean, whichever one you relate to, whichever one you notice more of. And then remember, Friday, the origins of the disease and the mechanics of suffering, Friday at 12 o'clock Mountain Time. The reruns will be running, so if you can't make it, don't sweat it. Put in your questions, the real story of anxiety, depression, and anger. And that's it. Have a great day. Love you.